What's going on, guys? Stanley here, and today we're going to be eating arguably the most well-known and popular Vietnamese dish. And you might have guessed it, it's
Phở.
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 pho. Wait, I mean pho. I've yet to meet someone who doesn't like this amazing dish, and if you've never tried it before, this will probably be your reaction the very first time that you try it.
Hold the phone. This is insane. This has existed this whole time. You don't tell me about it?
This Vietnamese noodle dish usually consists of beef, phở bò, and sometimes eaten with chicken, phở ga. It is sold in street stalls and restaurants all over Vietnam and is considered their national dish. After the Vietnam War, Vietnamese refugees brought pho to many countries, and one of the first pho restaurants in the United States opened its doors in Little Saigon in Orange County, California. We're going into the heart of Dorchester in Massachusetts, where there's a huge population of Vietnamese people. And please forgive me if I'm butchering the name of this restaurant. I believe it's called Hong Quay, and it's located on 272 Adams Street in Dorchester, Massachusetts. This restaurant was very clean and modern. Not to mention, our server was super friendly and attentive. It had the nice mom and pop vibe that you would normally expect good home cooking from. While the main focus of this dining experience is based on the pho, you know we had to get some other mouth-watering dishes to go with our meal, such as their bò lục lạ, or Vietnamese shaking beef, their sweet and tangy fried chicken wings in fish sauce, which was my personal favorite, bò kho, or beef stew. We also shared this platter of sliced pork belly, fried tofu, vermicelli noodles, pork patty, and you roll everything tightly into a wrap. The most important component of pho is definitely the broth. While the appearance of this might seem translucent, it is jam-packed with flavor. And this isn't something that they can just whip up in a flash. This broth has been simmering for hours to soak up all that rich, beefy flavor, all from the oxtail, the plethora of spices that they put in like star anise, cloves, cinnamon, ginger, and more. I got the pho de biet, which translates to special pho. It has a mix of different cuts of beef like brisket, flank, tendon, and tripe to make up its unique and chewy texture. For those who don't know what tripe is, it is... If you made it this far into the video, please give it a like and consider subscribing. Now back to the video. The lining of a cow's stomach. I know, wow, that doesn't sound very appetizing, but don't knock it until you try it. A bowl of pho usually comes with a plate of bean sprouts, mint leaves, lime wedges, and sometimes banana blossom on the side, all of which are optional whether you want to put them in your broth. I like to mix in that bean sprout for that extra crunchy texture, and also some basil and mint leaves for that extra aroma. If you've never had pho before, don't be alarmed if you see raw slices of beef in your bowl of pho. That's done on purpose to make sure that the beef is not overcooked because they're sliced so thin, and you just mix it around in your steaming hot broth, and that's when it's going to cook itself. The thin flat rice noodle are nice and silky with just a little bit of chew. It does a great job of soaking up with broth. I've had ones that break up too easily, and that's a big no-no when it comes to eating pho, but these are just perfect. As I've gotten older, I've learned to like pho for its broth. I used to squeeze in all the hoisin and sriracha even before I tasted the soup itself. But now I like to squeeze just a little bit of sriracha and hoisin onto a separate little plate or spoon and dip my meat in there. But there's really no wrong way of eating pho.
That's a lie.
I've seen so many videos of people making pho, and while that's tempting to make at home, I'll just leave it for the professionals. It's not a fast or easy process. You have to boil the bones and then skim off all the impurities before cooking it again. Then you add your spices, then fish sauce, sugar, and cook it for hours. You have to cook your noodles in a separate pot that's different from your broth. Drain the noodles and then pour the broth onto your noodles in a separate bowl. This doesn't even account for all the meat that you had to put in. After doing all that work, you're still not guaranteed that you'll end up with a good bowl of pho. But if you're feeling adventurous, by all means, go ahead and try to make this delicious meal at home. And that's my personal experience eating pho. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.